Hi, I'm Erin.
I'm Josh.
And welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
Thanks for joining us today. If you're unfamiliar with us, Erin is more of a social sipper. I'm more of the whiskey nerd.
Yes.
And today we're talking about the connective power of whiskey and Henry McKenna 10-year bottled in bond. We've had quite the journey with this bottle over the years, and I think maybe many of you have as well. And we think because it's kind of a special bottle to us, in 2024 here, it's time to revisit this. So let's go ahead and get into the nose and see what we're working with. You know what this smells like to me?
Whiskey.
Definitely smells like whiskey. Check.
What else?
I think you're right there. This smells like late nights staying up talking and getting to know each other. Yeah, it was a really good time early in our relationship. One of the first few dates we ever had. You came over to my apartment. We stopped by the store, asked for a recommendation. This was before all the hubbub and prizes the thing won.
Yep.
And the clerk recommended it to us, and I had never tried it before.
I hadn't either.
Got a bottle of it on their recommendation for, I think, $40 at the time. And I remember thinking it was like I hadn't drank 100 proof whiskey in forever.
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous about it, but like I was in front of my date, so I couldn't.
And we were
I had to put on a strong face.
Newly dating too, so he was still trying to impress me.
Right. Back then when I used to try to impress you.
Yeah.
Before we were married.
Before you stopped.
Yeah. But yeah, we bought a bottle of this. I couldn't punk out on $100 or 100 proof whiskey.
No.
So went ahead and grabbed it, took it home, started sipping on it, started talking, and it just led to a great night. We stayed up super late till like 3 a.m, which is late for us because we're early birds.
Yeah.
And we just talked and got to know each other and
told us our deepest, darkest secrets to each other.
Talked about our passions. It was wonderful. So let's get this on the palate. It smells like great Kentucky bourbon, caramel, vanilla, oak, just as classic as it gets.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's still solid.
Man, this, and every single barrel differs, but the backbone of this whiskey and what I like about it so much is it kind of has a foundational, what I call a candy bar profile. It's got some chocolate. It's got that caramel, vanilla, oak thing going on.
Really?
Yeah, I love this stuff.
I'm not getting chocolate, but I am getting caramel and vanilla, and then the oak on the back. It's nice.
The other cool thing about this bottle is I think nowadays the market has caught up to what it is.
Okay.
Before the awards and before any hype around this bottle, this used to just sit on shelves for $35 or $40.
Flew under the radar.
And it's a 10-year Kentucky bottled in bond bourbon. There's a lot of quality that goes into this product, a lot of quality control, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
The history of bottled in bond is really cool as well. And I think one of the coolest things about this is they are single barrels. And this is what I love about whiskey so much as a nerd, is that every single barrel is different from the next. And when bottles are getting about this low, I tend to go out and want to get another one of these so I can compare this single barrel to the next one, how they differ. And that helps grow my palate over the years.
It also keeps the excitement, for this particular product alive, I think.
And 100 proof, it's great, easy sipping, but then there's enough going on in the glass to keep you interested.
It's got a lot of flavor. I would think, just off of the first sip, I need another sip. I would think that this is maybe slightly above 100 proof, honestly.
Yeah.
With the way it presents in flavor.
And it used to be $40, and then hype set in, and it started, people just went crazy for it, and you couldn't find it. They did raise the price to around $70, and we're really big on value.
Yeah.
And that felt rough for a minute because it almost doubled.
Yeah.
And, I think we kind of got put off of buying this for a while, but I can't help but see this bottle in our bar cabinet over there and not think about our early dating time together.
It's a very memorable pour for us.
Yeah. And I think the market's caught up now. I think nowadays, for $70 for a 10-year Kentucky bourbon, 100 proof, I don't think that's bad value at all anymore. And the whiskey in the bottle is very good. It's not
solid.
It's not life-changing. It's just whiskey, but the relationships that you can build, the connections you can make with the whiskey,
that's what I was going to say.
Those can change your lives.
What is life-changing is our emotional connection to this bottle, because that was at the beginning of our relationship. And, sharing whiskey with other people also creates emotional ties, which I think is the core of what whiskey should be.
Yeah, absolutely. You really can't beat that. Second sip in, this thing has that backbone of the candy bar backbone, I call it. And then I'm starting to get these fruity strawberry notes on the top end of it that's just right at the front of the palate that are really singing. This is a really great single barrel. I can't wait to see what the next one brings us when we get one to compare to this one before this one's all gone. But yeah, ton of fun. We think McKenna is a good whiskey. But no matter what whiskey is in your bottle, it's sharing it with people that matters the most. And
Absolutely.
we think that's the beautiful thing about whiskey in general and the community.
If you'd like to learn more about our channel, just check out Stuff and Whiskey on YouTube.
Yep, we do a ton of blind tastings over there. We do some conversational content about community matters, all kinds of fun stuff going on all the time. Hope to see you soon.
And we're really glad you're here.
Cheers.